Hey, you guys. So, welcome back to Becoming the Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Micaiah, but I go by MP. And as always, we have my girl here, Janelle. Whoop, whoop. So, you guys, just a little bit of background information about us. We are a weekly podcast. We actually drop episodes every Thursday. We talk a little bit about anything and everything, but we are always here to help people on their journey to become. So we leave that open-ended for our audience. Whether you're working on your, financial, mental health, physical health, whatever it may be, we do hope that you're working on the journey to become the best version of yourself. And a little caveat, as we always say, we are definitely not experts, you guys, but we are here doing the work and sharing all of the knowledge that we get from doing that work with you guys. So, this week, I thought it was so important to talk about really taking a break. I think a lot of us get very busy with our schedules, whether it be work related. Anyone that's like a parent out there, like you have a set schedule with, your child and getting them from place A to place B. Your relationship. Like we get so busy in like the grind of doing stuff in the routine that we sometimes forget about ourselves and taking a break. So I thought it would be so important today to talk about making sure you take breaks for yourself, whether it be periodic breaks throughout the day. Maybe take a break of like 3 days off from doing anything, or maybe just take a day, take a self-care day and just not do anything, but just be, maybe present or just binge watch Netflix, whatever it may be. Taking breaks and scheduling time off for yourself. So that's what we'll be talking about today. Talk about our previously what we've done, what we've learned, and then what we can want to continue to do as we continue on this journey called life. So, Janelle, what are your initial thoughts on this topic?
Taking a break. I feel like everyone needs to take a break, as you just previously stated. But taking a break isn't always quote unquote bad. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people be like, oh, if I have to take a break, then that means I can't take the pressure, or it's just too much, it's overwhelming. But I feel like taking a break eases your mind. It helps you really to relax and to really focus on you in that moment. And well, you already know, you know me. I love to take breaks. I was just talking to you in reference to school and how I was feeling. I was like, shoot, school just started. And here it is. I'm already taking a break, a mental break. Simply because sometimes things can be overwhelming when you're starting a new process again. Um, a new environment, and then you have so many factors added onto it. Like for me, I'm in a new school district. I have way more students to tend to, and then of course with me going back to school on top of that, and having a course load. So it's like, ugh, I'm already tired. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bothered. So meanwhile, what I've been doing here lately is finding time for Janelle. And that can mean anything, y'all, from taking a nap. MB knows I love taking a nap. She'd be like, girl, I just called you. Girl, I'm in the bed. Okay? You hit me up. Look, I hit you up when I'm done with this nap. But yeah, like that's one example. Or two, you know what I mean? Like yesterday I went to a baseball game. I love baseball. Of course, we St. Louis Cardinals. So we are home team all the way. And so I did that the evening. So it's just all about having fun and getting out and just, making time for you.
I think that is so important, of like putting yourself first. So I think a lot of us, again, like I said in the little intro, like a lot of us get so bogged down about like our responsibilities and things that we need to get done in the day that we don't make time for ourselves. And little things like just taking a nap. Like I took the best nap today, you guys. My day was very busy. I'll just say, because I'm even like eating tacos here. If you're watching, you can see my plate, but if you're not, I have tacos on my plate and I'm literally eating them as we're doing this podcast. But I had a very busy day. I know I complain about my busyness every week. I apologize, you guys. And I literally had like 30 minutes in between a Zoom meeting and then me having to call someone. And I was like, Micaiah, just take a nap. Set your alarm, just take a 20-minute nap. And when I tell you, I sat on that couch and I was very still and I just fell straight asleep. And in 20 minutes, I woke up and I felt so refreshed. Just taking that time out in the day with the little time that I had was amazing. And other things that, I try to do, I try to make time for me. I'm very big on, self care. So, one way, if I don't have a lot of time or if, I just want to do something for an evening, pour me a glass of wine, light some candles, and get in the bathtub.
Oh,
That is a
okay.
wonderful evening for me. I don't have to be doing anything. I can watch a movie while I'm in there. I can, listen to some music. Maybe if I want to read a book, whatever it may be. But just time to unwind and relax and not be bothered. That is like golden for me. Like time where I just am by myself, whatever it may be doing, breathing exercises, whatever it is just so precious to me. Because my energy, I like to call myself an introverted extrovert. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Where I'm an introvert at core, but I know how to turn it on and off. So I can sit and talk to people as long as I need to, but at some point in the day, I'm gonna need to go home and recharge.
Yep.
So it didn't have to be long. I know some people have to recharge for like a day, hours. Literally can recharge for like 30 minutes, but I need the time to myself. I don't need to focus on anyone else. I need to stop having conversations and just be silent.
What you just said. And sometimes people don't believe it, but naps recharges the brain and the body because your body be so tired, and sometimes your brain is like constantly running and thinking of things. And so a nap really give you that quality time to actually rest and cut everything off. And sometimes you don't even realize how tired you are, how tired your mind is, how tired your body is until you take that nap. You be like, dang, I only meant to be asleep for like 45 minutes, and here it is, 3 hours then went by.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes your body actually needs it. And one thing I've noticed about taking a break is that I be like happy. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like a happy place because then you're not so uptight about, oh, I have to get this done, I need to check this off, or anything like that. You actually come back to like a comfort zone, or like a, what is called, an equilibrium. Like I had to think about that. I'm like, what is it called? When everything is just boom, steady, all even at a pace, and you can be like, okay, I can focus on you, I can focus on you, and I can focus on you. So yeah, I think taking a mental break definitely makes you happy, especially when it's doing things that you love to do or have a desire to do.
Definitely. And another thing I want to talk about is just the history that has been around, or the negative like outlook that has been around of people who don't work like 24/7, who aren't consistently on their grind or hustle or whatever. Because I know people that literally they just only, maybe they sleep for like 3 hours and then they're back to like working and consistently working, and that takes a toll on your body. Not saying maybe it's something you need to do short term to get to an end goal. Like I understand people who do it for that reason, but eventually, if you're doing that consistently, it's gonna take a toll on you physically and mentally. So that's why it is so important to take little breaks throughout the day, but even just like, periods of time, whether it be like take a break for a week or take a break for 3 days or just 3 hours, whatever it may be. Take a break, like Janelle, let your mind reset. Let your energy levels, get back to, a good area or good, whatever barrier, whatever it needs to get to. And I even think about personal stories, you guys. Like when I worked in higher ed, it was kind of frowned upon to like take your days off. Like I remember, I think it's, at least I know my previous department has changed a lot, but I remember like I really, when I first started, I worked there for 3 years total, but my first year, I don't think I really took any days off. I really worked pretty much Monday through Friday. Higher ed's great where, you get your winter break or whatever, and, sometimes you get a week for spring break. But outside of the standard break times that we had, and that Saturday and Sunday that I wasn't working, I didn't take any time off. It wasn't until I got to like year 2.5 where I was like, you know what? This is a lot. I am taking all of my days. There's no reason, because I was literally stacking them. I don't know what reason for, but I was stacking them, and I used all those days before I left. And I remember some people being like, yeah, that's kind of frowned upon. And I'm like, why? I get them for a reason. Why should I not be using them? It's vacation days. It's personal days. I should be using the days that I get.
Even your sick days, because
Yeah.
a lot of people do not take off when they're sick, and you need to be at home resting. Like I tell people, companies and different businesses are so fast to replace you, baby. Somebody had your job within the next 4 weeks. So don't be stressed out and burnt out on a job that's and won't be thinking about you. Let me just say that. So if you are sick, go ahead and take you a sick day. If you feel like going to Miami for a weekend, you better take them little personal days, whatever you need to do, VTO, paid time off, whatever the case may be, you do it and you enjoy yourself. Don't ever let anybody feel like you're not doing your job or you're not a good worker because you need a break or you decide to take a break. There's no such thing. But the crazy thing is, I was sitting here thinking, and I was like, taking a break from things can sometimes be a pathway to new creativity. Have you thought about that? Like I'm being like so serious. Have you ever thought, be like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on this anymore. And you just be out doing your own little thing, you know what I'm saying? And like taking a break from whatever activity you was doing previously. You're like, dang, I just thought of this idea. Boom. It's almost like when you lose focus on it, that's when all the creativity comes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because you're not stressed and you're not over, thinking about whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think that's so true, because I just think about, when you pull your attention away from one thing, it opens up space for you to think about other things or create other things. So it's like when you close one door, another door kind of opens. So I think that is important to highlight. Like, taking breaks can open new opportunities or new ideas or thoughts or whatever it may be. It may also just help you with whatever you're doing. Taking a break may just shift your mindset or give you new perspective. I know sometimes when we're thinking, like, let's say you're working on something, you're working on a project, you're working on it, and you cannot come to the solution. Sometimes taking a break gives you that time to really, get your mind off of it. And then that's when you come up with the solution, because you're not as focused on it. Like, it could be just an easy solution that you wouldn't have thought about because you were so stressed about it and so like focused and intentional about it that it just you needed time off to shift your perspective.
Yep, totally. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
But girl, what are some things that you do when you have your free days? What are some fun things that you do?
I love to go to the nail shop. Yeah, I know. I love to get my nails done. Give me a nice little pedicure. I love doing all the girly girl things, you guys. But the spa treatment definitely like relaxes me. Oftentimes, especially after a long day, I find myself napping, y'all, and I be like stone cold out of it. And thank God that my nail techs are like very trustworthy people, and they got my back. You know what I'm saying? You know how some places will be like, oh, they sleep, let me do this, or you know what I'm saying?
Girl, you be sleep at the nail salon place?
Girl, I be knocked out in the little pedicure chair. Girl, I be gone.
Girl, that's funny.
Girl, my feet be soaking. The little massage thing be going. Girl, I be out, like out. And so, but that's how they know. They be like, dang, you must have had a long day. And I be like, yeah, I did. But that's one thing. You already know number 2. Shopping. Who doesn't like retail therapy? Like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, retail therapy is great. And then number 3 is traveling. Like, that's how I really relax, is going off on a new adventure and getting lost there in a new city. So you know me, I love traveling as well. So what about you?
Girl, same thing with me. Traveling is like a big one for me. I just love, like you said, taking off and finding a new adventure. but also just taking off time, like not like having those days off where I'm not focused on work,
Mm-hmm.
and I can just be and experience life. It is so powerful and it's so key. And I think it shapes who you are and it shapes your identity because every time I experience something new, it changes me.
Right.
Um, so I think that's so key. That's one of the things that I do. Um, Another thing is when I really have a lot of free time, I like to get outdoors. I'm not a huge bug person.
Me
I don't like the bug aspect of outdoors, but I do love the nature. I love just feeling the wind in my hair. I love, being able to look at like the beautiful scenery, what God's been able to create, looking up at, either the stars or the clouds, and just being present. When I have moments like that, I try to be very present, um, and just focus on what's going on then and there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so nature walks, bike rides, love all that when I have the time. And then I'm trying to think what else I like to do. I love a good dinner. I love a good dinner to catch up with friends, as long as we can have good conversation, a good drink, and a good meal, I am happy.
Amen. Amen. But you know what? I was sitting here thinking, journaling. You guys, I feel like journaling is really good. It gets your mind off things. Journaling, reading. I like to read too. Simply because reading allows your mind to go to a different dimension.
Mm,
And sometimes it can be a fairy tale, it can be, realistic fiction. But again, it's the journey, in which you're not a part of it, but it's taking you on another ride. And
right.
so sometimes it's a break, like a little getaway.
Hmm.
Um, that's real. Um, what else? I'm trying to think.
I watch a lot of
Breaking.
TV. I'm trying to cut back
Girl, you know what? Let me just say this. I know I had told you I haven't been watching TV. And I know it was like one time, I think it was Christmas break. I've never binge watched so many shows
though. Hmm.
within like a week. And I was just in the house. I was in like my own little comfort zone, like in my own little world. And it was actually very relaxing. Who would have, who would have thought? Just
Getting into a
sitting at
good
home.
story, like a good
Yeah.
TV show. Oh, sidebar, I actually started watching, what was that Netflix show that you told me was kind of slow, but it ended up being really, really
Um River,
good?
Virgin River.
Yes, I
Okay.
ended up starting watching that. It's actually pretty good. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get into it, but I actually got into
Uh,
it.
I told you it was gonna start off slow because look, I did the same thing. I was like, okay, come on, hurry up, get to it, plot twist, okay.
But yeah,
But yeah,
a little personal story about me, you guys. I swear in another life, like I worked in the film and TV industry, like whether I was a writer or a producer or an actor, I don't know what it was. But I was one of those kids. This is off topic, just so everybody doesn't know. I'm going off topic. I was one of those kids. My parents and people around me would always comment. I literally stood in front of the TV and would stare at the TV like this. And it looked like I would not blink. I would just be staring at the TV. And all my family members would be like, why does she stare at the TV? I was just so fascinated. Like, obviously, a show would be on. I wasn't staring at a blank TV. Like, I'd be watching the TV show. But that's how much I really love TV and like films. Like, I will sit and binge watch something for like a whole day. Like,
mm-hmm.
I will get through if a series has 8 or 9 episodes, I will get through the episodes in one day, 1.5 days, whatever it may be. So I'm trying to cut back a little bit, you guys. Like I try to allot myself maybe 1 to 2 hours of TV a day. Because there's other stuff I need to get done. I can't just sit in front of the TV. But I enjoy a good movie. I enjoy a very good very good TV series. And that's where I get a lot of my breaks in is watching TV.
Yeah, no lie. This week was my first week going to the movie theater, and I
Mm.
saw the new Marvel movie.
Shang-Chi?
Yes,
Yep, I saw it
it
too.
was super good. It
It
was super
was.
good.
It was. I didn't
Uh,
know how it was gonna be, but it was good.
It was very good. And so you guys, I don't know. Well, look, this is a backstory. I am a huge Marvel fan, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a DC girl. I care less about DC, but Marvel, it is on and popping. Okay, I'm gonna be at every single movie.
Have you been watching the TV series?
No,
Girl, you need to watch all the TV.
no,
Do you have Disney Plus?
I do.
And you have not been watching all the. So you haven't seen WandaVision. You haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. You haven't seen what was the other one that came
Look
out?
at her naming all the shows.
Shoot, What If? Is it What If? I think it's called What If is out right now, which is really good. It's animated. What did I say? WandaVision. Oh, and Loki. You haven't seen Loki?
Girl, I haven't watched anything on
Girl,
Disney Plus.
you
I
need to go
haven't
binge
and
watch
haven't
all of
even
it.
opened Disney Plus.
Girl, you need to open Disney Plus and watch all 4 shows because it all coincides with all of that stuff they're talking about.
Ah.
Yeah, the TV shows coincide with the movies. So you don't want to miss out on
Okay.
anything.
Now you putting me up to speed. Okay. All right. Say no more. I want to say by next week. I'll
You can
watch it all.
next week. It's not that many episodes.
Oh, really? Okay. So
I think each
say no
series
more.
max has like 8, but the episodes range from like 30 to maybe like 45 minutes. They're very short.
Oh, okay. So I can finish the whole thing in one day. Okay. Look, you guys learned something about me and MB. We are some Marvel fans, okay?
I am. My husband got me on. Actually, no, I used to watch with my dad a lot.
I watched with my dad. Oh no, my dad loves sci-fi, and so Marvel has always been a part. My dad actually was an artist too, like draw, like dope artist, and that's one thing that he always loved was especially like the comic books. And it's so animated, it's brought to life, and woo woo woo. Yeah, so that's where I actually get mine from. Is my dad too.
Yeah, Micah's way more into it than my dad is. My dad actually watched when I was growing up. He watched a lot of Star Trek and the animated series of Star Wars. So I would just sit and watch those.
Yep, that's all. Shoot, our fathers can have a drink together and talk about Star Trek and whatnot. But yeah, it's crazy. Well, fellas are way more into that than we were. Females anyway. And especially karate movies. Oh, my dad loved karate.
Oh, I was telling. Okay, so I'm sorry, you guys. Again, we're sidetracked. We'll get back on topic. I was telling Micah the other day because I was watching Wu-Tang Clans on Hulu right now, and I was watching them watch those karate movies. I was like, so do you think and you guys, I wonder if this is what you guys are thinking too. Is anime like the new kung fu movies that our parents had? You know how guys back in our parents' day would watch a lot of kung fu movies, but now a lot of guys now watch anime. So is that supposed to be what is the new thing to kung fu?
But anime isn't new.
It's not new, but it's
you get what I'm saying? Because remember Pokemon?
True, but Pokemon. But anime's become a huge thing. Outside of there's so many series outside of Pokemon, and they're dubbing and stuff. There's a lot of series that because I don't know where Pokemon originated. I know Pokemon is all, at least here in the U.S., that they have that all in English, or they hired actors to oversee English. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people are watching anime in Japanese and just watching this and just looking at the subtitles, or some of them just know what's going on. Just a lot of our parents would watch kung fu movies, and they didn't
They didn't have any words.
Yeah. So I'm just curious. I wonder if that's the new. Well, not new. It's not new, but if that's if anime took over kung fu movies.
Now you got me thinking.
I used to watch a lot of Jackie Chan when I was little. He was in all the stuff. The Medallion.
You had Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was huge.
Yeah, Bruce Lee too. Mm-hmm.
Who's the black guy who had the afro? I can't think of his name. But it was a black guy with a huge afro.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah. Look, now we taking it back down like memory lane.
I know. But you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up so we don't hold you. Take a break. Like if you're listening to this right now, more than likely you haven't taken a break. Like I said, it can be something as small as let me take an hour to myself where I don't have to worry about anything. Where I log off, just logging off your computer. A lot of us are working from home these days. Log off your computer, put down your phone, take an hour to yourself where you're not looking at anything. Because you need the time. Or go ahead and schedule yourself a vacation. Me and Janelle got one coming up in October. Lord willing, we make it to this, because I swear with all these uprising COVID cases, but you know,
girl, we going.
Girl, shoot, I done paid all my money.
Mask, double mask, and all. We going.
Mask at this point. But yes, take that break, plan that trip, go hang out with some friends you haven't hung out with in a while. Spend some time by yourself too. Because when you spend time with yourself, you learn more things about yourself.
Amen. Amen. And the crazy thing is that you have to be comfortable venturing off by yourself. Sometimes quality times with yourself is the best. And it's the best for self-improvement. It's the best for understanding your goals, where you want to go, where you envision yourself. And of course, prioritizing. Prioritize you. Let me just say that. Prioritize you. A lot of people don't prioritize themselves enough. You put everything else in front of yourself. So take this time to focus on you. Don't worry about your job right now. Don't worry about this. Focus on you first, and then everything else will fall in place.
Yep.
So,
well, that's it for us. I feel like we pretty much wrapped up the episode. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Shout out to our homies who are out there listening and watching. We appreciate you guys so much. And if you want to follow the page, going over to Being Becoming Podcast. It's on Instagram. It is Being Becoming Podcast. And then if you want to follow me personally, you can follow me on Instagram at I'm Just MB.
You can follow me at Beautiful J.
Did you forget your Instagram name?
Girl, I did. I was here like, shoot, what is it?
That's funny.
Girl. It's been a long week, y'all.
It has. But as always, like we said, thank you guys so much, and we hope to see you guys next week.
Bye, homies.
Bye.